What's going on, guys? Vegas here, and today I'm doing a bets video for the upcoming Super Bowl. In this video, we're just going to be picking like the overall best bets for you to pick for the Super Bowl. And I'll just start with a spread pick. Well, let me first start with this whole playoffs because I've been terrible, honestly, in terms of picking the against the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been defining all the expectations, beating against the Bills, beating against the Ravens. So you know what? I'm just gonna say screw it, and I'm just gonna pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win. So I'm not bidding against Mahomes ever again. Like honestly, after looking at these playoffs, looking at the overall uh, playmaking ability of what Mahomes has been doing this entire playoffs, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm not picking against him because he keeps beating me. And it is what it is. So I'm picking Chiefs to win this game. Even though I want the 49ers to win, I'm still going with the better quarterback and Patrick Mahomes. So that's just for the spread. In terms of the other best picks that I'm going to go for, if you want to do like a same game parlay, I would add Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey is probably, if you had to pick an MVP for the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey is probably one of the best. Like, in terms of his playmaking abilities, he's going to defy how well this 49ers team will do in this Super Bowl. And if Christian McCaffrey can get going, I already know he's going to score multiple touchdowns. You could probably even pick him to score two touchdowns if you're that confident in terms of him just scoring the ball over and over again. Okay, so the next person I would look at is kind of I don't usually I don't like receiving yards because it can be very iffy and flaky on if the game is going to go a certain way. So if the 49ers are going to do a lot of screen passes, a lot of dump offs, a lot of check downs, then I would go with receptions. And the receptions I would go for is probably to George Kittle. So George Kittle, I would pick him for him to get at least 5 receptions. George Kittle is probably Brock Purdy's biggest target besides Brandon Ayuk. So if you want to pick you want to be able to pick the playmakers for the 49ers. So George Kittle, um, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel. Those are the three targets I'm going for when it comes to them receiving yards and receptions. So for this game, I really like the George Kittle 5+ receptions. If you don't, you can go down if you want to keep it safe. But just know that George Kittle is going to get targets. The next one I'm looking at is Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is probably the most defining player for this whole Chiefs team. And the biggest thing that defies Patrick Mahomes is his running ability. And so if I can find just that one like rushing attempts one for Patrick Mahomes, I think that's a freebie in terms of picking how many times Patrick Mahomes is going to run the ball because he's going to run the ball. If Patrick Mahomes is that one player who's going to run the ball. So if I can just find it, I can't find it. Rushing attempts, rushing attempts, rushing attempts. Yeah, I can't find it on FanDuel, but I know in other betting sites it usually has rushing attempts. But Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts is one I would go for. But if you want, but if you can't get that one, if you're really looking for, if you can't really find the Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts, I would go for Travis Kelsey receptions. George Kittle and Travis Kelsey are going to have a day. Like when you talk about like the targets for both these quarterbacks, Brock Purdy to George Kittle, Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelsey, like those are the two targets you want to put on your guys' parlay. So for Travis Kelsey, I'm looking potentially at him to get at least 6 targets. Well, nah, it has it at minus 300, so clearly Vegas thinks that he's going to get over that. So you can go for 7. Like just know Travis Kelsey is going to get the ball. He's going to get the ball. He's going to get touches. Um, Mahomes is going to be looking for Kelsey, and in the big games, in the big moments, throughout the entire playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey have just been clicking. So this is the probably the only receiver I would look at in terms of like who Patrick Mahomes would throw to. It will be Travis Kelsey. So add Travis Kelsey to your guys' parlay, and that'll be a good hit for you guys. Another person I would add in terms of scoring a touchdown is Debo Samuel, because Debo is probably the X factor that will define if this 49ers team is going to blow out this Chiefs team. Because on paper, again, this 49ers team is better, like player wise, yardage wise, defensive wise. So, and Debo Samuel is like the main player for that. So the person I would go for to add this is Debo Samuel to score a touchdown at any time. Again, you don't have to add all of these picks into one parlay. Just add probably two or three. Pick the ones that you see are the best, and then you can go from there. But these are like picks that I see that can hit in this like big time game in the Super Bowl. I'm picking like the best players at the best time who have been consistent out the entire playoffs. Debo Samuel being the playmaker that he is, Christian McCaffrey being who he is, George Kittle, Travis Kelsey, them just catching ball after ball at the ball. Like Vegas, they already know that these players are going to get the rock. So don't try to shy away from actually picking these players for them to get all the attention. Just pick them. Just pick them as the best players. Pick them for them to hit their mark, hit their numbers, and then I think you'll be just fine. If you want like an X factor like pick in terms of like things potentially happening, I would go for Brock Purdy to throw an interception. As much as I like Brock Purdy, I think he's still very shaky when it comes to throwing the ball, especially into like tight coverage. Like when he's trying to throw it to his playmakers, he throws a very risky ball. So looking for a Brock Purdy to throw an interception is probably a gimme, especially in this type of game. You got Brock Purdy in the biggest moment like ever in his entire life. You're telling me Brock Purdy's not going to throw an interception? Exactly. So Brock Purdy to throw an interception is another pick I would go for. If I could find it, is it here on FanDuel? Well, I'm not seeing it over here. Yeah. So guys, if you guys see the defensive props, is it this one? Nah. First half quarter scoring total play parlays, fourth quarter receiving props, Super Bowl specials, quick to. Oh well. Yeah, guys. The one I'm gonna go for is Brock Purdy to throw an interception. So add that to your guys' parlay. Kansas City Chiefs to cover the spread and probably winning the Super Bowl. This one's get rid of the spread, honestly, because this game could go either way. So if I were you, I would just avoid the spread in general. But for you guys as the viewers, if you wanted to know what I was leaning towards, I would pick the Chiefs in this scenario. So if you were just to get rid of that, these are probably the picks I would go for. I would go for Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, Debo Samuel anytime touchdown, Travis Kelsey to catch the ball 7 times, and George Kittle to catch the ball four plus times. So this would be a parlay I go with. And then you could add the Brock Purdy to throw an interception as well. That could be another play you can add to this parlay. And it obviously has very good odds. You'll get paid really well if you hit this. So, yeah, besides the spread pick, this is the other picks I'm going to go for. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and what you guys are planning to pick for your guys' Super Bowl picks. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.